We've been a leader in banking for more than 100 years. You'll find us here, at home, on your phone, and everywhere you go. Renaissance Bank. Understanding you. Member FDIC. Equal housing lender.
Sponsored by Renaissance Bank.
Good morning and welcome to Daily Journal Newsbreak, sponsored by Renaissance Bank. Today is Monday, August 6th, and I'm your host, Elizabeth Walters. We're going to take a look at today's top news and sports headlines across Northeast Mississippi, but first, let's start with your weather forecast. Today we'll have partly cloudy skies with a high of 94, and the low this evening will be 72. And over the next 3 days, on Tuesday we'll have partly cloudy skies with a high of 95 and a low of 74. Wednesday, scattered thunderstorms with a high of 91 and a low of 72, and we'll have a 50% chance of rain. And on Thursday we'll have a 60% chance of rain and thunderstorms with a high of 87 and a low of 71. Now let's take a look at some of the top headlines from the weekend. Not every child in the region has the same access to high-quality public pre-K programs. In our Sunday story, we looked at the challenges facing local school districts as the expectations for kindergartners have increased, as well as the importance of pre-K. Without universal per-pupil funding for pre-K, the vast majority of Mississippi's 4-year-olds are unable to attend pre-K at their local public school. Mississippi's only state funding for pre-K goes to a handful of public-private collaboratives that apply for state grants and must meet certain standards. Last school year, there were almost 36,000 kindergartners, and the pre-K population at collaboratives and public schools was equal to 20% of the kindergarten population. By 2022, a new state policy will make it more difficult for some districts to offer those classes, as it will require 100% of regular education pre-K teachers must meet the same standards required by a collaborative, with the idea to raise the educational quality the students are receiving in the pre-K classrooms. And you can read more about this and how Tupelo fares against the other school districts in the region on djournal.com. A proposal to construct a turn lane on Envel Road is heading to the Tupelo City Council for a final decision. Late last year, Ward 1 Councilman Markel Whittington began advocating that the city take action to help with the traffic congestion on Envel Road for the use of traffic entering and exiting TCPS. After winning a vote by the council endorsing the construction of a turn lane, Mayor Jason Shelton vetoed the plan, saying the turn lane is inappropriate giveaway to a private entity. Shelton and the council eventually agreed to withdraw the veto and send the matter to the Tupelo Traffic Committee, which has taken up a preliminary design for 2 turn lanes. With new budget talks coming, Whittington said he expects to see the issue included in the city's capital plan. And after Northeast Mississippi Medical Center announced it's discontinuing a school nurse program, most schools say they have found ways to cover the gap. The program from North Mississippi provided 11 registered nurses to cover 15 schools in 7 districts, but they cited a $54 million drop in federal reimbursement over the past 5 years, which ended the program. This summer, Lee County Schools hired 3 nurses to cover Saltillo Primary, Saltillo Elementary, and Plantersville Middle School, while Tupelo Public Schools created 3 nursing positions to cover Tupelo Middle and Lawhon, Carver, Rankin, and Joyner Elementary schools. Pontotoc County and Okolona school districts are now partnering with the Smithville-based Access Family Health Services, which had already begun working with Monroe County schools to develop a school clinic program before North Mississippi announced its plans in February. Prentiss County has not made a decision yet on how to replace the school nurse at Hills Chapel Elementary. And in sports, the new pitching coach for the Bulldogs is inheriting a very talented staff and recently spoke with our beat writer Logan Lowery. Scott Foxhall and the Diamond Dogs return Ethan Small from the weekend rotation and also expect to have closer Spencer Price back after he missed last season recovering from Tommy John surgery. State may also have 2 first-round draft picks as well if Carter Stewart and JT Ginn do not come to terms with the Braves and Dodgers respectively. Foxhall said that the Bulldogs' excitement level is through the roof and it's going to be fun to have that kind of talent. Foxhall joins the Bulldogs after previously coaching at NC State. He said his first thing is to develop relationships with his pitchers, and since several are spending their summers pitching in various leagues across the country, he's been reaching out to them and is ready to meet them when they return to campus this fall. And that does it for Newsbreak on this Monday. Don't forget that this show is just one of the many online offerings courtesy of the Daily Journal that gets you news off the page and on the go. Each story discussed today on Newsbreak can be found in your Daily Journal and online at djournal.com, where you can also find a new episode of Newsbreak each weekday morning. Thanks for joining us. I'm Elizabeth Walters. Have a great afternoon.